Welcome back, everyone. This is Andrew, aka Quick Brown Fox 42, and I'm back playing Ogre Battle. I just finished showing you all my units and arranging them into groups. And we're back at the map. You can see this flag here shows the Castle of Warren, which I've already defeated, and Sharom, which is the first map I have to play. However, I'm going to really quickly go back to Castle of Warren. This is a big part of the game, is revisiting maps, and I'm going to do that for the first time here because there is actually some treasure which you can't see. However, having played this game quite a bit, I happen to know where it is. I'm going to come back and collect that. They'll just be there really isn't any buried treasure that is necessary to the game. They're just items to collect that can be used. Buried treasure is always equipable stuff, so you can put that on your characters and get a little stat increase. I'm gonna have to revisit. You have to revisit maps for a lot of other reasons later. Here's my buried treasure, and I have a Benkei glaive. And now I know where the other one is. Also, it is back behind my base, but it's across the water, so takes a while to get to. Normally, revisiting maps are because of I have to go to a town that I've been to for some reason, or that kind of thing. I will hopefully get buried treasure the first time around on maps with units like flying units, for example, are really good. And I almost always have one unit that is to clean up wounded enemy units, like pretty well defeated ones already, just finish them off. But they're also very, very good for finding treasure quickly and early. So we see night is falling, and I found more buried treasure. And I got a demon ring. Those are pretty good, I think. So now I am going to go back to my options. I have deploy unit, items, edit, tarot card, income options. I have returned to map now since I have defeated the boss here, which I'm going to do. And I'll just take me back to the main map screen. Now, I'm not going to equip those units equip those items right now, just because it is a little bit of a bother. I'm actually going to go to Sharom. Right, scene 2, rally. Now this will be a little more complicated. Map will be bigger. There'll be more towns, and I'm going to pause it right offhand, which is always a good idea. Now here's my lord. I went to see about liberating towns and cities with him. Now looking at the enemy base versus my base, the enemy's object is to send units to my base, much like I'm sending them to his. And if a unit reaches the base, then I will be sent back to the main map screen, having not liberated the land, which is devastating hit to reputation. So he'll be sending units to me just as I'm sending them to him. Now most of my units are plains units, and he'll have a lot too, and the fastest route for a plains unit to take is going to be to go along this road. So I am going to send well, my lord will go along there because he's also a plains unit. But the other thing I'm going to do is, deploy. Let's see here. So this is kind of one of my units that I want to take a lot of attacks because it's lower alignment, like I said before. So I am going to have her unit go along the plains. I'm going to go about here to this, near this bridge where I think the brunt of Plains Tech is going to come from. Now, let's see, who else do I have? I don't think I'll use Yuki this time. Let's see, who do I have? Let's see, I'll use this unit, I think. No, I won't. I think I will use Yuki's unit. 1710. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. I'll probably send it about the same direction. Now, I'm going to use this unit as well, this octopus one, which, like I said, is very rare, because there's so much water directly between me and the enemy base. So, I think there's a buried treasure there, if I recall correctly. And now I'm also going to use this high sky unit to liberate. Again, it's without a healer, so they won't last too well. They don't have too much longevity, but I do need to do some island hopping here. That needs to be liberated. There's something to be gotten on that island. I cannot for the life of me remember if it's a city or treasure, but there's one of the two. I think it's a city, and then there's another city along here, which I would have to cross water to get to. Oh, and there's one there. So anyway, I'm going to unpause this, and we'll see all of my units kind of diverge on their own separate paths. You can see already my high sky unit is extremely fast. Got to that city very, very, very quickly. And I would like to pull a card, and I got a magician. That's a good one. Intelligence up, that's good because I've got that Valkyrie. We'll keep that. You can buy items in this town. Oh, yeah. Good time to talk about items. I will buy some items. So now we have buy item. And I only have 30,000, which is not too much. So I'll try not to pay too much, but I will buy some cures. Cures heal 50 points. I'll get 5 of them for now. That should be good. Heal will heal a unit all the way, which is better for later in the game. You'll pretty much stop buying cures because the heal is just too much of a good deal. And I will get 2... Let me see, I have 20,000. I'll get 2 revives. Revive is something to very quickly and automatically revive a character who's been killed. And they're useful. They're more useful for later. I should mention very quickly that tarot cards can also heal, except tarot cards can only be used in battle. Or they, yeah, tarot cards are the only heals that can be used in battle, apart from what your characters do. You have to use items out of battle, so the tarot cards are really more valuable. I'm going to just pause a second just to remember where everything is. I know I have to go up here, so I'm going to check that out in just a second. I do have a walkthrough by Brian Sulphur that Brian Sulphur made in 2000. I don't know him, but he is far more passionate about the game than even I am, and created a very nearly exhaustive walkthrough, which is almost necessary to get the best ending and to understand all there is to know about the game. Chariot card, that'll increase my strength by 2, I think. Yeah. So you can see my other characters are traveling, but they're not liberating because I want them to meet with enemies. That's also helpful information. You'll fight at a point halfway between units. If you are both moving, if one unit's not, it will fight on that spot. Yeah, and that, like I said earlier, that determines who wins battles is whoever does the most damage, except, of course, in the case of bosses. Who bosses will win unless the boss themselves is defeated. All right, let me give it a little pause here. All right, I'm back, and I am happy to say that my memory served me completely correctly. There are those 3 hidden cities and the 1 hidden buried treasure. So I'm going to keep on continuing with my main unit, liberating. And like I said, although these units... Oh, I got a temple up here, which I'm going to liberate. Temperance card, that's a pretty good one. Reputation's up, good. I'll keep that card as well. Welcome to our temple. Present me with the Star of Heroes, and I get the Hero Star, which is kind of a big deal. It helps me get a lot of the items that are essential to beating the game at a very high level rating or whatever. So I'm going to go to that spot, which I think is the next hidden area that I need to go to. And my octopus unit found a Hulu sword. And I am going to have you move into water because I essentially can't fight worth crap on land with the octopus. There's a temple. Now you can see those kind of gray colored guys in the corner of the enemy units. And you can see the icons actually face the other way from mine. So I want to face them soon. I got an Emperor card, which in my opinion is my favorite tarot card. It'll give me hit points, is it? Charisma. Charisma goes up too, which is great. I like to keep that card also. 80 years ago, the Zenobia Empire was built upon the peace brought by the Russian temples. We were created by Prince Roshan, but we're now persecuted against all throughout the continent by the Empire. Thanks to you, I know all that will change. We'll try our best to help you all whenever we can. If one of you is killed, please go to the nearest temple. Summon the power of the gods. So, I'm going to pause really quickly. The temples are a good place to revive. However, they pretty quickly become more expensive to use than revive cards. Plus, you have to move a unit to a temple, which can sometimes take a very long time to be revived. So, they're useful in the short run, but not as good as cards. I'm going to move my unit here because I know there's another hidden thing over here, city or whatever. And, like I said, we can see these units. There's a giant and a wizard. Giants are pretty good. They're kind of like beasts. They get 3 attacks in the front row, which is pretty good. But these aren't completely full units. That's just 2 fighters and a knight, which is pretty easy. Wizard and Hellhound, that's not bad unit, but they're so incomplete that these will all be pretty quick wins. Now, for instance, the knight and the fighters, I would like a lower alignment unit to fight that to drive the alignment down. But one of these wizard giant units might the wizard Hellhound one especially would be all right for my unit leader, my lord, to fight if I had to, because they're low alignment characters. And we can see over here there's not much else going on. I like to have this sort of guard, this wide swath of coverage with my units. At first, I just sort of, we all start out in the base, then I like to open up the coverage and then kind of close it around again when I get near the enemy base. I don't think there's anything of interest elsewhere. Okay, so we're pretty well set. So Chris's unit, the octopus unit, found the water okay. So now we will have our first real fight, and we'll see it's the 2 fighters and a knight against my 2 fighters and wizards, and you can see Warren. Warren stands out because he's in the bottom. He's got those pale grayish cloak, which, and because he's a special character. Normally wizards look like the one on the right that has the green cloak, but special characters get a special look as well. And I know he's going to do an awful lot of damage because he's a very, very good wizard. You can see we're using nightmares against the knight because it's black magic, and since knights are high alignment, black magic, they're more susceptible to black magic. Although I'm just hitting the leader, and I don't really want to do that. But I did anyway. Well, it's kind of late for that. I was set on best. I think I'll go to strong. The tactics determine who you will target. The best is the one whoever you can do the most damage to. Obviously, my wizards did a lot of damage that night because he's dead already. Strong means you will automatically try to attack whoever has the most health, which is probably my favorite setting out of all four. My single favorite. Leader is to go directly for the leader, which you don't usually want to do because you'll see with this unit, the unit will just limp back to base and they'll get another knight and then they'll be like completely fresh again to go out again and wreak havoc. So that can be just kind of a pain to wipe units out. But if I have a unit like that flying unit, for instance, with the samurai and the Valkyrie, I might want them to target the leader, since those two units would be good leader attackers, being able to target a leader anywhere in the formation. And they don't have a healer, so I don't want them to do a lot of fighting in a row. And they'll probably be farther away from the home base, so it will take a longer time for the unit to go back to the enemy base. I mean, from the enemy's home. So it'll take a long time for the unit to get back, which can buy a lot of time for better units to come in. And then weak is the last one, and that is to kill whoever has the least health, which can be good sometimes, but I like to stick strong, especially considering... Well, best will help you win battles because you're more likely to do the most damage that way. But I'll go with strong with this, so I don't have to worry about cleaning this up later, which I'll have to do for now. So you can see my fighters will both go for that fighter in the front just because of the shape of his formation. They can't reach the fighter in the back yet. Let's see here. Okay, now we have the other unit. Like I said, they're kind of identical, but Warren isn't in this unit, so they're both regular-looking wizards. Now you can see he's trying to target my leader already, which is that's a good attack too. So this will be kind of interesting. I'll try to go to strong here as well. You can see I did a bolt, which is a different attack. The ice field was obviously an ice attack. Tornado was a physical. So you can see those wizards are just throwing around all kinds of magic, which is part of what makes them such a fantastic unit. Like that bolt, the Hellhound's susceptible to it, so it's a great attack. Here's the second round of fighting now. Let's see if this damage. That's pretty good. But the Hellhound will get a third attack because they have 3 attacks, so he'll also get the last hit in. We're still in round 2, and then the Hellhound. Okay, so I did win that. I wasn't sure I was going to because those Hellhounds can do a lot of damage, especially for an early on unit. And now we will have another fight. We have the giant. This will be sort of similar to the last one. So of course I have to kind of start over because these are totally fresh units that haven't been touched yet. Whereas you can see I've taken some damage, which is why it's kind of good to have more than one unit try to, as I say, plow through. In fact, my cleric is going to be so low on health after this, I think I might retreat this unit for a little while. If I retreat them to a city, they'll be able to heal up without me having to use a cure. But the good news is I'm not going to have a unit die at least. 9. Yeah. So he's 1, so that kind of will automatically push me back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately pause. Since it cancels out my movement as it is, I'm going to run back to this temple and hide here for a little while. Just want to look around everywhere else. I'm actually going to move this guy a little closer. And you can see there's just this whole string of guys coming out, so got a lot of work to do here. This will be really good because he'll probably target my leader. Yeah, who's at full health right now at the moment. Oh, that's very good. So these guys are almost surely dead. The wizard's magic should be able to hit them both. There's one down. And he'll get his last attack in. Oh, and he missed. Which is even better. And a tornado will probably be taking him out. Yeah, if it didn't take him out, I got two fighters. They both have physical attacks. They will do the trick. And there's the hidden city. And then I have to fight these guys. Now, this guy will get an ice field in pretty early, but I already have that heal, so I'll have plenty of health to work with. So I will probably be able to, well, if this bolt hits, I've got a pretty good chance of wiping them out completely. Another difference about alignment that I should mention really quickly is that high alignment units attack better during the day, and low alignment units better at night. Oh, and my cleric leveled up. So that strategy can also figure into who attacks when. Yeah, I've liberated that. Priestess card, which is a very good card. It's one of the two healing cards. Oh, I already got too many cards. I will ditch Death. I really don't want kill credits going to my lord. And come back to areas after you cleared them. Take care of Usar to come back here. So that's a nice little hint. Now I'm actually going to drop my Sky unit back a little in case a unit slips by my front line. Oh boy, I got a lot of fighting to do here. Hopefully I hit the cleric unit. I did not. Well, these two units can only attack guys in my front line anyway, so that might work out alright. There's a fireball, that's the fire spell. That's the first time we get to see that. Yeah, well, okay, 11 damage. That's very little, and my healer can keep up with it, so I should be just fine here. In fact, I should have a pretty clear win too. 34 damage. Yeah, Warren's a great wizard. So this will be all of my heals, but I don't think that Hellhound is hitting hard enough to impact that fighter. Yep. So we're kind of close, but no cigar. Now, I do have a fight coming up with a cleric. The cleric means that this is going to be harder to kill since he'll have some heals. Oh, 2 Amazons in the front row. That's not so bad. Having 2 Amazons in the front row will help him out, but having a healer helps out. But the thing is, it takes away space from units that can do damage and therefore give you a better chance of winning a fight. So although I won't kill any of his units right now, I'll win pretty easily with my wizards and drive them back. So it'll take me a very long time to kill this unit, but it's pretty inevitable. In fact, I might even wait until my lord gets here and fight him with my lord, since he's not likely to wipe anybody out, except these guys are going to be pretty high alignment, especially the cleric, and I don't want him to kill high alignment units because it will drop my alignment. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause here for just a second. Alright, and we're back, and you can see we got another unit coming for me. Oh, wait, that's the one I fought already. That's the one that I defeated the leader, and you can see him retreating. And we also have a witch unit with an octopus. So that'll probably be in the water. And a Valkyrie and a Griffin. So that will be a Sky unit, so I have to keep an eye out for that. So, according to the last fight, the way that Hellhound was hitting, or rather not hitting, I should have a pretty, I want to say easy win. Don't want to jinx it, but okay, now I'll have a pretty easy win. Even get a heal in. Alright, pretty straightforward. And let's see what else I want to do. I'm going to actually retreat this unit back and see if... You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to retreat this unit back to this place that I'm about to liberate.